Okay, so there's this huge question tearing through the digital marketing world right now. With Google search results getting this massive AI makeover, everyone's wondering about one of the classic SEO tools, structured data, or schema. In this new world, does it actually matter anymore? Let's get into it.
And yeah, this is really the heart of the debate, isn't it? For years, the advice has been clear. Use Schema to help Google figure out your content. But now, with AI just summarizing answers right at the top of the page, does all that careful coding really help you get featured? The SEO community is all over the place on this one, and honestly, speculation isn't going to cut it. We need some real data. So, for anyone who's kind of new to this, let's do a super quick breakdown. Think of Schema as a special vocabulary you use to talk to search engines. It's code that basically spells things out for Google, saying, hey, this chunk of text, it's a review, or this number, that's a price. It just turns your human-friendly website into something a machine can understand in a snap.
And then you've got these guys, AI overviews. These are the new kids on the block. The AI-powered summaries that try to give you the answer right then and there on the results page. Now, getting your website cited in one of these, that's become the new holy grail for SEO, because it puts you right at the top. The big question is, how do you actually get there?
Well, that's exactly what a couple of researchers, Molly Nogami and Ben Tannenbaum, wanted to figure out. They were tired of all the guesswork and the maybes, so they decided to cut through all that noise with a good old-fashioned controlled experiment, a real head-to-head test to see what really makes a difference.
So what they did was pretty clever. They set up this little schema showdown. They created 3 single-page websites that were, for all intents and purposes, identical. Same content, same keywords, same design. But there was one very important difference: the schema. Page A had perfect, well-implemented schema. Page B had schema, but it was kind of messy and incomplete on purpose. And page C, well, it had no schema at all.
So what does good schema even mean? Well, we're not just talking about adding one line of code. It's about being thorough. The good page had complete article schema, FAQ schema for the questions, breadcrumbs, the right date formats, author info, the whole shebang. They really went all out with the best practices.
Now, the poor schema page, on the other hand, was kind of a disaster. The researchers intentionally left out required fields, messed up the date format, and didn't even include FAQ schema where it should have been. And this is actually a perfect example of what you see in the real world all the time. Someone tried to implement schema, but they only went halfway.
So with the 3 contenders all set, they submitted them all to Google for indexing at the exact same time. The race was officially on. The only thing that was different between them was the quality of that schema markup.
So, before we get to the results, what's your bet? The page with perfect schema, the one with the sloppy schema, or the one with absolutely no schema at all? Which one do you think actually made it into an AI overview? All right, let's see what happened.
First up, the control group, the page that had nothing extra going for it. No schema, just plain old content. How did it do?
And boom! Here's our first big surprise. Google's bots definitely crawled the page. They knew it existed, but they never indexed it. And look, in the world of SEO, if you're not indexed, you might as well be invisible. You don't show up in search results, period. So right out of the gate, game over for the no schema page. Okay, on to contender number 2. This was the one with the broken, incomplete schema. It had some of the right ideas, but the execution was just not good. So, this page actually did way better than the first one. It got indexed, it started ranking for 10 different keywords, and it even hit position 8 in the regular search results. But take a look at the most important number here, AI overview citations, a big fat 0. So even though it was visible, it totally failed the main goal of this whole experiment.
And that, of course, brings us to our final page. The one with the well-implemented, by-the-book, totally correct schema. The one that followed all the rules.
Okay, so right off the bat, in traditional search, this page just blew the others away. It climbed all the way up to position 3 for its main keyword, which is a fantastic result. And while that's a huge win on its own, it's not even the most interesting part of the story. This right here is the key takeaway. Out of all 3 pages, this was the only one that managed to get cited in a Google AI overview. The page with the high-quality, comprehensive, structured data was the undeniable winner. So what does this all mean? What's the verdict? Well, it seems pretty clear. It's not just about having schema, it's about having good schema. The page with broken, incomplete markup performed almost as poorly for AI overviews as the page with none at all. The real game changer was getting it right. And you got to give them credit, the researchers looked at everything else. They considered other factors, but since the pages were designed to be identical, there was just no other good explanation for why this one page was so much more successful. The only real variable was the quality of that schema.
Now, we have to be smart about this. The researchers are the first to say that this is just one experiment, a very promising one for sure, but it's not the final, absolute proof that this is how it works everywhere all the time. It's a really strong piece of evidence, though.
And that's exactly why they're not stopping here. The next phase of their investigation is pretty cool. They're going to de-index all these pages, start fresh, and then swap the schema around. Can they take that page that failed and make it a winner just by adding good schema? If that works, well, that would be some seriously powerful proof.
So all of this leaves us with a really important question for our own websites. It's not enough to just ask, do I have schema anymore? After seeing this experiment, the real question you have to ask is your schema an asset that's helping you win in this new world of AI? Or could a sloppy, halfway implementation actually be a hidden liability?